barriers are mental things. I mean, there's literal obstacles. This table is an obstacle. It is in my way if I want to go forward. It becomes a barrier when I say, well, I can't get around that table. There's no way around that. I can't jump that high. I think there's an electric field there that's going to zap me. And I turn it into this barrier that I can't get around. Some of you, the change situation that I asked you to focus on, you're stuck because you've turned it into a barrier. You're saying, there's nothing I can do. I've exhausted my opportunities. I want to show you how to get over that barrier. And you know who taught me this one? This one was taught to me in a rather unusual way as well. I told you, I'm just passing on what people have taught me. This little guy taught me this one. This is one of my kids. His name is Carson. Carson taught me. Carson comes to me, he's 6 years old. He goes, Dad, I want to play ice hockey. Now, kid's never been on ice skates. He's never seen a hockey game. You know, yesterday he wanted to be a fireman. I said, that's great, son. Wonderful. Comes back the next day, Dad, I want to play ice hockey. The kid asked twice. You really want to play ice hockey, huh? I said, all right, I'll try to find an ice hockey program. So I looked around. There was no ice hockey program. It didn't surprise me. I come back to him. I say, son, we live in North Carolina. There is no ice hockey, okay? Little 6-year-old kid. He's looking up at me. He did not allow that obstacle to become a barrier. He looks up at me and says, let's move to Michigan. That's what leaders do. They don't allow obstacles to become barriers. So I began placing other obstacles in his way. To me, I was sharing the facts, and they were facts. They were real obstacles. I said, son, there is no ice hockey. I looked around. That's all right, Dad. He came back a few months later. Dad, I want to play ice hockey. I said, you really got this in your head, don't you? You can't remember your last name, but you remember you want to play ice hockey. I said, son, all right, I'll tell you what. I found roller hockey. It's just like ice hockey, just a little bit different. Want to play ice hockey, Dad? He's got this dream. He's been watching the Mighty Duck movies. He wants to be an ice hockey player. I place obstacles. He does not allow them to become barriers. That's okay, Dad. Keep looking. Keep looking, Dad. He doesn't give up because his dream is bigger than any obstacle I can place in his way. 2 years go by. 2 years. I look in the paper, youth ice hockey signups. I go to him and say, Carson, do you still want to play ice hockey? Yeah. So I go and I sign him up, and we go to buy all the equipment, and I realize I made a big mistake. Expensive sport, this ice hockey thing, because I knew nothing about ice hockey. I knew nothing about ice hockey. He knew nothing. I bought skates 2 sizes too big. We go to his first practice. He's still never even worn ice skates. I'm trying to get him dressed. It takes us an hour just to get him dressed. And then I'm looking around the room, all these other little 8-year-old kids lacing up their skates, putting on their pads, and I'm like, hey, kid, where are you from? He goes, Canada. And I'm like, yeah. I am the worst father in the world. There's a big 21,000-seat stadium. My kid's going to go out there on the ice, and he's going to fall flat on his face. All the kids are going to laugh at him, and I allowed him into this situation. I am a crummy dad. But it's too late now. I mean, I can't pull him off now. So I went, and I waited for the disaster to happen. And the kids are lined up, and they're going to go out on the ice, and he's waiting his turn to go on the ice, and I'm like, oh, man. And I peek, and he steps on the ice, and I wait for the laughter. There's no laughter. So I look. He's skating down the ice. How's he doing that? Well, he's coming to a turn. I mean, he's never been on ice skates. He's not going to be able to. Oh, there he goes. There he goes around the next turn. Next thing I know, he's done a lap. Next thing I know, he's done 2 laps. Then the coach blows the whistle. Okay, time for drills. I say, oh, this ought to be good time for drills. I mean, the kid has no clue what an ice hockey drill is. Kids get in line. He goes get in line. They hit the puck. He hits the puck. He's doing drills. Guy next to me says, you got a boy out there? And I said, I sure do. That's my boy right over there. Yeah, that boy, yeah. That's him, all right. How long has he been playing hockey? 5 minutes. And Carson You know what Carson became? You see, he had that dream for 2 years, from 6 to 8, and you know what it became? Reality. He became an ice hockey player, not because of Dad. Dad just kept showing him all the obstacles to his dream. He kept saying, no problem, Dad. Hang in there. That's leadership. That's what leaders do. Now, some of you are facing this right now in your lives. The rubble is overwhelming. You know, the reduction in force at work, and you don't have enough people, and you're working 12 and 14 hours, and you're still not getting the work done, or you've got some personal thing like I'm sharing, and I'm telling you, there's a ring in there. Now, what was my ring in the rubble right at that moment that I was missing? It's so obvious that you miss it. What was my ring in the rubble when I'm sitting in that waiting room that I missed? Anybody? I had a child, my first child, and he was down the hall fighting for his life, and he needed his dad, and I always wanted to be a dad, and I am a dad, but I'm missing that ring because I'm so focused on the rubble around it. Don't do the what if. Don't do the if only. What do you want to do if you don't do those? Well, I want to go love my boy. So that's what I did. Did the fear go away? Did the anger go away? Did the upset go away? No. But it was like the rubble cleared away, the ring became clear, and my love for my boy filled me up. And that ring of love became much bigger than any rubble of fear or anger. And it got me through some very tough times. It got me and Peggy through all of that because I stayed focused on the ring. I said, God, if you let me have this child, I will love him to the best of my ability. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And today he's got a hockey game tonight, and I'm trying to get home to it. Yeah. Thank you very much. Keep on digging. Appreciate it.
Dr. Gary Bradt. Embrace the opportunity change always creates. For more information, contact the provider of this video